dairy board was really amazing. It was amazing. Well, to start, when I came back from college, I actually had two jobs at the time. One was do I go to work for Delta or dairy board, and I decided on dairy board.
Why dairy board?
I have a colleague who was working at Delta, and so I gave him a call. We were trading together, and so I asked him to say, listen, these two options, October 10, I'm starting. Where do you say? And he said, you know. So I said, okay, I hear you. So I'll go away. I don't know what it's like.
Yeah.
But I have to say, when I got there, I gave him a call and I said, you know what? A toss of the coin, I think, is what was required. Because at the time you had to deal with racism. I mean, it was right in your face.
Yeah.
It was right in your face. And the fellow I was working for at dairy board, and sometimes we don't see that how people in senior positions can motivate these youngsters. So he brought me and he said to me, listen, there are two people in this company who know what they're doing. Me and you. Can you imagine? I've just come out of college and this fellow is the assistant general manager. He's calling me. I know what I'm doing. So I'm thinking, wow, there's something here, you know? And what I also didn't realize at the time is he was getting me so motivated to think that, wow, this fellow thinks I'm like that. And actually a lot of young people, that's all they need. You know,
motivation.
That motivation,
affirmation.
That is so critical. That for me was one. The second thing, which I think led from that, was he said to me, "When the factory starts, I want you in there. When the factory finishes, I want you in there." Of course, I thought, oh, they start at 6 or 7 o'clock. By 4 or 5 o'clock, we're finished. At the time, milk used to come in the churns, these milk cans. They would be delivered at the factory at 5 in the morning.
Wow.
And sometimes the factory would be finished at 7 in the evening. So at the time I was living in Glenora, so I had to catch the buses there, 3, 4 in the morning. You know, the war was still on, 79, 80, when I started with dairy board. And you go around the copy, you know, it's kind of darkish. You walk all the way and to the factory. So I think that's the second thing for me. It's motivating these youngsters, and then secondly, to give them a task. And when people are young, I always say, give them a lot of work. You know, get them to work from 5 o'clock until they. After a few weeks or months, I say to myself, this fellow is a slave driver. You know, and yet, if you ask me, I think this fellow is the one person that I owe a lot to, because he really empowered me, gave me so much to do that I would say to him, I'm tired. I mean, Saturdays I'm in the factory, Sundays I'm in the factory. And you know, we had, the factories we had was Chipinge, Mutare, the one here in Harare, Gweru, and Bulawayo. And we were making cheese in Chipinge, cheese in Mutare, and also cheese in Bulawayo. The Kadoma factory was just starting. So you get a lot of this work that is loaded onto you. You know, you have to be in Chipinge, you have to be there, and you're working at night. And I worry that a lot of our youngsters are not loaded. They have so much capacity.